Hello, this is Jimmy Akio, and you're in my arcade room next to my 3D wallpaper. And I wanted to let you know that we have the biggest collection of famous boxers and big known celebrity commentators on boxing to speculate on who's going to win the big fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. So, hope you like it.
I feel like Spence is strong. He's a strong puncher, but Crawford throws the shorter punches. So it's going to be interesting because, you know, Spence is busy and Crawford's probably going to be kicking his spots and trying to get his rhythm. I can see. It depends who gets off on the better, you know, ahead. If Crawford gets ahead, starts controlling the fight with a jab and backing Crawford up, then I can see Spence winning. But if Spence goes in there, if Crawford goes in there and finds a rhythm, then it might be a W for.
That's our Lennon Hagler. That's our Tyson Holyfield. That's our big fight of today, and everybody want to see it. I mean, the reason why it makes it the greatest fight because you can toss it up, throw it in the barrel, and it's like this all night. Them both my guys. They both left-handed. I mean, you know, they both southpaws. You know, Bud goes back to a right-handed too, but he's dynamically a left-handed fighter. So I would say I'm going with the left-hander.
They're both left-handed. I don't know why they say that, man. I don't know why they say that. He's got answers to everything, man. If you have a fighter to pressure him, he knows how to fight him on the outside. He could also fight on the inside. He could back you up. He could be tricky. He could be dirty if he has to. You know what I mean? He's a solid fighter with everything. He's got answers.
Spence on it. You know, Errol is my guy. He's always have supported me through thick and thin. And when you have that love and support from somebody like him and continue to do so no matter what, you must return the love. And then that's what it's all about. Win, lose, or draw, you gotta support who you support. I follows my heart on all things, and my heart is with Errol. You know what I mean? His heart is always with me. I have nothing against anyone else or against Terrence. You know, I wish the best for him. But on that fight, you know, man, I gotta go with my guy.
Crazy chess match, but a war. They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight to death. They're gonna fight the shit out of each other, and it's crazy because I got personal relationships with both of them. But of course, I'm closer to Errol.
Terrence winning that fight unanimously. Yeah, not by stoppage, because I see Spence is a very tough, tricky fighter. I think he just breaks down a fight so easily, does Crawford. I remember with the speed I had, bang, 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 I'm throwing them combinations in, and he was making me miss by inches, and then just moving back and tapping me, and just catching me every time, catching me with little shots and frustrating me. And I thought to myself, wow, this guy, you know, he's so precise and his timing was on point. He is probably one of the best fighters I've ever seen. He reminded me a little bit of Andre Ward.
Both guys are undefeated. Both guys seem like they're on top of their game. Both guys are hard workers. Finally, the best is fighting the best at welterweight, which makes me very happy.
Do you favor either of them?
Yeah, I do favor Crawford. I mean, but that's my personal opinion. You know, just by styles. You know, Errol Spence was under Golden Boy for many years, and we promoted most of his early fights. And you know, his one-dimensional style obviously has been working for him till this day. But I think that Crawford can maybe dissect him slowly but surely, because Crawford's arsenal is much more extensive. You know, he's got
versatility.
Yeah, more versatile. He's got great footwork. He's got the punches and bunches. He throws combinations. So maybe I might be wrong, but that might be a little too much for Spence.
Probably edge towards Terrence Crawford, but Errol Spence is a brilliant fighter. So, but if you ask me, I'll go Crawford.
Again, thank you very much.
Right? Don't you feel like that? He's a southpaw. You know, he's right. He's orthodox. He's a southpaw. He changes up. He's got power here. He's got power there. Fast, quick reflexes, athleticism. There's something that we've never seen Spence fight. And to me, that's a puncher boxer, somebody who's truly athletic, you know, similar to a Crawford and a Keith Thurman. There's a style that Crawford Thurman bring to the table that I think Spence has never had presented to him in his professional career. Spence might not be fancy, but you know, He's been holding it down, and he's the truth. The truth is, he is not easy to beat. He's never been easy to beat. And no matter how much you like Crawford, it might not be an easy match. It could be the toughest match of his
Crawford
career.
has grown into his own, and he's a bigger body. I actually think he's the superior boxer. I think that Errol Spence is bigger and stronger. But Bud can box. Got a lot of heart, ain't scared, and can hurt you. If I had to bet, I would pick Bud to win by decision. I would.
Did you think it was gonna actually happen?
Yeah, I've been telling people. I done told people when they asked me, I'm like, a lot of people was mad that the fight didn't happen. But I told people fights gonna happen when they supposed to happen. If it didn't happen, it just wasn't meant to be at that time. But what I think about the fight, I think I got a lot of love for Errol Spence, and I got tremendous amount of love for my brother Terrence Crawford. So I'm rocking with my brother at the end of the day. But nothing but love and respect to Errol. I can't wait to watch the fight. I think it's gonna be a classic. I think it's gonna be something like Leonard and Hearns or Leonard Hagler. It's gonna be an amazing fight to watch where like two high skill level fighters are really putting it on the line. And I think, forget high skill level, they at the highest of skill levels. So I think it's gonna be a tremendous fight. I can't wait to watch it. I'm definitely gonna be front row right there so I can take my notes and learn from them dudes, and take it on with me as I go on to fight the big fights in. And I'm just gonna remember it forever, for sure.
Yeah. Spence is a much bigger fighter on fight night. And without getting into any details beyond that, I think his style is one that will lead him to the victory. He's the type of guy that uses his size and his jab very well, and he will impose his will on you for those rounds for as long as it lasts. I think it goes
thing for Crawford is that Spence has a very high work rate, and we've seen Spence win behind the jab and defense on a world-class level. He's also a real hard hitter, and he's twitchy, and he's very aggressive. So usually Crawford likes to study a guy for a couple rounds, and then he kind of, okay, now I got it, and then he does it. But against Spence, you might have to hurt him or knock him out, because he'll turn around, and if Crawford messes around, he can be down 4-1 after 5 rounds, and not against the guy who's looking to survive, against the guy who's looking to beat you up. On the other hand, Spence also has to worry about the fact that he's been through a lot in his life so far. And Crawford, although he also has been really about boxing for a lot of years now. Usually that guy will have the advantage in the moment of truth. And Crawford's always made adjustments. He's probably the best adjusting fighter in sport.
But to push back on that, Spence has been through a lot, but have you seen any deterioration in his game overall, or?
Deterioration is hard to say. There's been deterioration. I can't say that. I can't say there's evidence for that. I can't say that he hasn't. I'm trying to think of like what's Spence's most impressive outing, right?
Maybe Kell Brook.
Kell Brook, because Kell Brook did his best to Kell Brook was coming off an impressive performance, though it was a loss, where he got his face broken, right, in a higher division. But Spence really applied himself very well in that fight. The Sean Porter fight was a modern classic. But then again, Sean Porter, though he was a little fresher at the time, gave Spence a better fight after that.
Man, I've been waiting for that fight for a long time. Well, here's here right now. Oh, they're both in gold. Okay, yeah. In the Golden Glove. Man, I've been waiting for that fight for a long time, and I can't wait to be there. I like both fighters. I think both fighters are going to be really prepared. It's hard to sort of choose, Terrence Crawford, though I'd never bet against him. He's just like a different beast, but Errol Spence is a dangerous guy, so I think the fans win in that one. We're going to break it all down on my podcast, The 3 Knockdown Rule. that we do.
That's the best fight you can make in boxing, bro. That's it. That's literally the best fight you can make in boxing. It's nothing else bigger than in the sport of boxing right now. I truly don't know who's gonna win. One thing I could tell you is, like, earlier I was saying that it was all Spence for me. Before, a few years ago, it was all Spence, and now I'm like, man, I really don't know who's gonna win, because I feel like both of them. I can see that Errol walk him down, hit him with the jab, beat him up to the body, and potentially hit Crawford with some big shots and maybe stop him. And then on the same token, I can see Crawford boxing around and catching Errol with some stuff too, and switching and catching him with some stuff. So I mean, that's a big fight, and I really don't know who's gonna win that fight. I really, truly, like, sometimes I know for the reporters, we'll say we don't know, and then we'll go behind your back and say this person gonna win. But this one, bro, I will tell you off the camera.
Won't stop him, but I think you'll control him from the outside. His jab will be significant, and whether Bud goes with right or left-handed, I think Spence will deal with it easily. It's a smaller guy against a bigger guy who is younger and a little more spirited, and I think that's why I think Spence wins. I think that Bud is sometimes a little too passive in some of the fights, and I think Spence will take it.
I think nothing is back by it. I think Crawford. A smart fighter.
My money is on Crawford. Crawford counter-punching, fast, quick, to switch lefty, righty. He can hit him with the right hand. The right hand got in on him. That right hand of Ugas got in on him. Now imagine Crawford hitting him with that right hand. Bing, he gonna feel it. One thing that Crawford got to worry about is the body shots that Spence gonna be throwing. Those is lethal. Now that take the power away. And late in fights where you have a guy like Crawford that has punching power late, that'll be gone. And then you can see Ugas Spence putting the pressure on him and probably winning the decision. So never know, man. It's a close fight, but my money's still on Crawford.
Hello, I'm back. This is Jimmy Akio, and I wanted to say I hope you guys liked it. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. And I'll see you on next time.